There you go.
There we go.
Now I put him back in his cage.
I think I need to get him tanned. I need to put a little bronzer on that guy. After.
He's
Well, aloha.
Aloha.
You're back.
I'm back from 9 days in Honolulu.
All 9 in Honolulu.
Well, we went to a resort outside of Honolulu for a few days just to kind of get out away from the cacophony of Honolulu. We were right on Waikiki. I love Waikiki Beach now. Can't wait to go back. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay, well, let's introduce ourselves. We're Eat, Talk, Repeat, and I'm Ash Watkins, the Hamburguesa Principesa of Las Vegas, and you can find me at Ash the Attorney on all platforms, and you are?
I am John Curtis, the garrulous yet grumpy gastronome.
Emphasis on the gnome.
There you go. And we'll just say, hi there, folks. We're here to help, okay, with all of your Las Vegas restaurant and food needs.
Yeah, and this week we're going to even cross the pond.
Yeah.
Go to what do they call it, the ninth island?
Oh, the craziest thing happens. Shout out to Channel 8 KLAS TV, Ted Florindo, and John Langler, and Nate Tannenbaum, all my friends there. We're lying in bed one morning. You wake up super early there because it's 3 hours, earlier there. So everybody who goes there from the West Coast, you're waking up at 4 or 5 a.m. You just are, and we never stop doing that. So we're watching their Honolulu morning CBS news show, which is the same everywhere. And we're watching the weather, and they're talking about little news there. And then they suddenly go, and now let's go to the weather report. And the weather report goes, and now let's go to the Ninth Island weather report. And boom, Ted Florindo from KLAS News pops up in Las Vegas talking about Las Vegas weather on our Channel 8 for all of the potential Hawaiian people coming to Las Vegas from Hawaii. How about that?
Wow. So they're doing Vegas weather for Hawaiians.
For Hawaiians who are coming to Vegas.
Very cool.
And apparently it's done on a regular basis there. It's part of their I don't know if they do it every day or once a week, but there he was. I'm like, what the heck? You know what I mean? So, and they call it the Ninth Island weather forecast. But because a lot of Hawaiians come to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
3 hours.
Okay.
Three time zones.
Got it.
Although I still have got jet lag. But you never get off of that. So,
that's your problem.
Well, I can talk about this till the cows come home, but you never quite get off that time, and when your time clock, and when you're there in the hotels, you notice everybody is up. You go out to the lobby at 6 a.m. and breakfast is a big freaking deal in these resort hotels because all of the West Coasters and the mainlanders are ready to go at 5 and 6 a.m. So all the restaurants are packed and ready. The lobbies are full and people are walking around at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You just weren't drinking enough, John.
That's. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into Hawaii. I'm excited to hear about it. Together, we're Eat, Talk, Repeat. You can find us at Eat, Talk, Repeat on all platforms. Like, follow, subscribe to the show, leave reviews. I think Apple Podcasts now has video as well as YouTube. Comment, give reviews. What else? You can email us, cheers@eattalkrepeat.com. All of your questions.
Don't forget our newsletter.
The newsletter, which you now acknowledge and know its name.
The Amuse Bouche.
Yes.
From Eat, Talk, Repeat.
Yes, it drops every Wednesday. It's supposed to be 5 a.m., but sometimes technology gets in our way, so we forgive us for that. Sign up for the newsletter because we do fun segments of like where in the world are we around town here in Vegas, and if you guess it, you will eventually get some fun Eat, Talk, Repeat merch. And then I think that's it.
Yeah.
Let's go through the list of restaurants we are going to talk about.
It's too many.
It is.
It's just. I mean, I don't know. I can't. Well, I'm going to go when it comes to Hawaii. I'm going to go a little easy because you can only go on and on about.
And you're going to write a blog about.
Yeah, I'll write a blog thing and all that thing. But I'll talk about 5 or 6 good places there. But before I went to Hawaii. Did you know that it goes with Hawaii with a comma and an apostrophe and an I?
It's like he's just learning about this place.
Yeah. And did you know it's the 50th state? Who knew? I mean, I kept telling Alexandra, I think I need a passport. Oh, no, I don't. And they all speak English. It's great. I mean, it's...
John, people are supposed to be trusting you for your advice.
I've just never gotten on. Well, I've told a bunch of people, I always travel the other direction when I travel, for the most part. So I don't go west too often. Anyway, but before and after I went to Hawaii, I went to Old Manny's again. And then I came back with a vengeance. I went to 5 or 6 places I will mention later in the show, and especially including one of the greatest sushi experiences I've ever had, which happened in Honolulu. Imagine that, a place that's surrounded by water, great sushi, great fish aficionados. But then I came back and went to 4 places in really quick succession. Lataitu, Dupar's, your favorite.
Love.
Hearthstone and Ilia Authentic Greek Cafe. So we'll be talking about those 5 places later in the show, along with a quick rundown of some hotels I stayed at, including the Halekulani, as you see right here, which was the class of Waikiki, great hotel, and a few other things. So what about? And I have a pet peeve to beat the band. That's not about food as much as it is about losing my appetite. Just as a teaser.
Oh man, I almost want to skip to that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a doozy.
So I went back to In Limbo at Petit Bohem, and it's not just because I'm a slut for burgers. There's a reason. I went to Zero Bond and checked out that food menu that John has raved about.
Yeah, that's a nice place.
Other Mama went back up there.
Okay.
I know.
Interested in hearing. So you're putting in the work. Look at this.
I know.
I'm very proud of you.
Then trekked over to Viking Mike's Alpine Yurt Bar.
Yeah, that 2 whole blocks from your office. Yeah, man.
That's actually quite a journey.
It's actually 4 blocks.
Yeah, I was like, it is literally just far enough that I welcome the freezing Arctic wind that you meet when you open the door. Cipriani.
Oh, excellent.
Got to do the Bar Bohem brunch preview.
Well, la-ti-da.
Main Street Provisions. No, I didn't do Main Street Provisions. Sorry, Kim. I'm sorry. I need to. But we love your new sign.
Yeah.
I went to Nevada Brewworks, also in the Arts District.
And let me guess, you had a hamburger.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm back,
You're as
baby.
predictable as the sunrise here.
I know,
okay.
I'm back.
All right.
And then Brasseria by EDO.
Okay, so, we have a lot of ground to cover. So.
Okay, let's go through some quick food news you can use. The Hat hath opened.
Yes, the hat with lines, apparently 30 cars long.
Oh, I heard the lines were hours long, both to get inside, like seating inside, or drive-through. It was multiple hours long.
For pastrami.
Go
figure.
I think it was getting the In-N-Out kind of response. When In-N-Out goes into a location.
Yeah.
But the Hat, they opened on Wednesday, May 6th, their first SoCal location, or first location outside of SoCal. And now they're going to be here open 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. daily.
10 to 1 a.m. And basically it's on South Rainbow, right a little bit north of the 215.
Yeah, it's in between Russell and Sunset.
Right. So it's right there. And it's a pretty big restaurant. I've been in it, haven't had the pastrami yet. And I'm sure some of the hubbub will die down and it'll be easier to get in. But yeah, right away, day one, it was crazy. People rave about it. It's that thin sliced West Coast pastrami, not the thicker sliced Cat's Deli type East Coast pastrami. But people love it. Can't wait to try it.
I'm excited. StarChefs 2026 Las Vegas Rising Stars Awards were announced, and they did a big presentation over at the Wynn. Did you see this?
I was probably out of town when this happened.
So did you know about StarChefs?
I know. I lose
Okay, so
track. I mean, come on, there's only so much information my old boomer mind can handle.
Well, same for me as a millennial. So I had been seeing for the last couple months, probably 6 months, posts by StarChefs of some of the local hospitality workers that you and I would know around town. And I had no idea who StarChefs were or what their account was. I figured it was some new entity trying to get in on the food scene. But apparently they're, I guess, like based out of New York. And it's an organization that was founded in 1995. And they try to identify and support like the newcomers in hospitality and culinary world, and they rotate areas around. They go around to 5 different like areas in the U.S. And this year, Las Vegas was back in the mix. I think they hadn't been here since for like 10 years or something.
Okay. Well, all right. Maybe I knew about. I lose track.
John.
You know,
Come on.
I don't want to be arrogant, although that is my brand. But watching people pat themselves on the back with awards is not my thing.
Well,
okay.
it looked like a big ass ceremony. I mean, and nice.
Good for them. I'm happy for at least some of the people who got recognized.
Okay. Well,
I mean, what is Golden Boy Market in Delhi?
You've never heard of this?
No, have you?
Yes.
Where?
I think we've talked about it on the show. So Scott Arn and Ramtin Yashar, they used to work at Esther's Kitchen, and then they left and eventually kind of like they opened this Golden Boy Market in Delhi out in Henderson area.
Well, hence my not having
but it gets
been interested in it.
It's been getting rave reviews for the last
I'm sure.
year or so.
Fine. Okay, and then Dylan, of course, Dylan Jobs, Esther's Kitchen. Aaron Lee, love Aaron at Winnie and Ethel's. Daniela Romano, Bazaar Mar by Jose Andres. That she's doing some serious work there. I think it's underappreciated. We could talk about that all day long. Jackson Stamper, we've been beating his drum, for several years now. Game changer, Sarah Thompson at Casa
Okay, we've got to go. We've got to go back to Casa
No,
we do because I've never been. You hate it, everyone I encounter has great things to say about it, and so I'm just thinking you might be wrong on this one.
Well, here's what I'm not wrong about. I'm not wrong about the fact that I had 4 appetizers and a drink, and it was $170. Okay, and that would so I mean. I don't care. Robuchon can come down from heaven and cook for me, and 4 small, tiny plates, and 1 cocktail was not $170. Okay, so to give me a break, Win and Casa Playa. All right, moving right along. Pastry chef Jackie May at Don's Prime.
I didn't even know they really did pastries, but desserts, I guess.
This is PR bullshit.
Okay, that one, Sarah Thompson, actually great that you pointed out. Sarah Thompson and Jackie Mai, those awards had sponsorships, so I would imagine they were PR driven.
All right, well, at least it was up front. See there, honesty. I think
one was like the San Pellegrino Award, and one was like a chocolate company. I forget, Ghirardelli or something.
I don't know anything about Poppin' Pies.
I've never heard of it.
No. Jared Howard at Vesta.
Yep.
Concept.
I thought it would have been Viking Mike's as the concept.
I don't. Look at Vesta deserves all the accolades it gets, so I'm happy for Jared. DJ Flores for Milpa.
Well, it's for Restaurateur, so for his hospitality group. All the things he's doing with.
Well, but he's only.
He's got Milpa and Nocturno, and I think he's
opening up the place down here. We love DJ Flores.
Speaking of Nocturno, they're about to celebrate their 1-year anniversary, end of the month.
Yeah, I love Nocturno. I've only been once or twice, but loved it in there. I'm as old. I'm the grandfather age. Everybody, the whole place stops and looks at me with my white hair and goes, "What's he doing here?"
It's like one of those happy days moments where the jukebox stops playing when you walk in.
Look at this old guy. Was he here to check IDs? That's what they think.
The feds.
Okay, bartender Joe Arakawa at EDO Hospital. Yeah, I know Joe. Love him. Kat Kalma at Dustland Bar. I've been to Dustland. I know the bar. Everybody loves Dustland.
It's such a great place.
Yeah, a great place. Sommelier Joshua Dunson at Ocean Prime.
I've never heard of him.
Christy Norman at Delilah. This sounds like this has got PR muscle behind both of them. Okay. Brewer Megan Hanley at Bad Beat Brewing. Now Abel Baker, Maroon by.
Next. So that's StarChefs.
All right. So, like all awards, some highly worthy, some suspect. Take them for what you pay for them. Okay.
Yeah. Maroon by Kwame Onwuachi has opened.
You said it right, Onwuachi. And I
every time
went to lunch yesterday with my boys, my Chinatown boys. 2 have been raved about it.
That's what I've heard.
And these guys are tough customers. Okay. And
usually
all I hear about is you're wrong. No, oh my God, the napkins weren't folded right. Oh my God, it took them too long. There was too much pepper on the side of my asparagus or whatever the hell they could.
Was one of the ones raving about it? Does his name rhyme with KC?
Casey.
It's another letter. Another 2 letters.
2 letters. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I told them, I both said I would not mention them by name. Apparently,
I didn't.
I have mentioned them by name before.
We can edit it out.
To my don't edit anything out. To my everlasting shame. But yes, these guys are tough customers looking for all the details that are wrong, and they both raved about the food. They said the interesting thing, though, is everything is aggressively spiced, in terms of, because he's kind of got this African Caribbean thing going on.
Exactly.
And they said they don't ask you how you want it spiced. They don't warn you about it. They do tell you about things that are heavily spiced on the menu, but a lot of things have no warning, and a lot of different peppers and accents and herbs going on. And he says it's not for the timid of palate. What I heard.
So it's on the other side of the coin from Gymkhana.
Yeah, they're ramping it up, not ramping it down. But I say that with admiration, because so many places, and I just hope they keep that up. And Kwame is apparently in the kitchen, not walking around shaking hands and posing for pictures. They were there, and they said he's just back there. You can see him. He's got his hat on, and he's working with everybody. He's got New York restaurants. He has a DC restaurant, and now this one. And my guys were impressed. And when my guys were impressed, that means it's a pretty impressive place.
Look, I was looking at the menu. I could not score a reservation because you were
out of town.
Out of town, and in the beaches.
We just walk in, with me.
I know. I could have taken my little John Curtis face mask.
Yes, I have those. Yeah. Yes,
I did get invited to the opening party, but I didn't go.
Oh my God, you don't want to go. All the freeloaders that go there. God,
that's what I figured. We're too good for that.
Yeah,
too good for that. Okay, so I'm excited to go check out Maroon by Kwame Onwuachi in the Sahara.
Oh yeah, quick thing. They totally redecorated, totally redone from the old Bazaar Meat thing.
Okay.
And in a good way. That Bazaar Meat restaurant was like 300 plus seats. So they've kind of cut it in half. But my boys also tell me that it's much better. It's kind of the Yosford grill is still there, that huge $1 million grill, but different reception area, different bar setup, much cozier, and they liked it. The new build out too. They said it's probably 150, 175 seats, not 350 seats like it was before.
Yeah, you always felt like you were missing people. Like when you were at Bazaar Meat, it was like, am I missing something? Because it just went on forever.
It was like 200 feet long, the room. Yeah, it was nuts.
It was weird. But I'm excited to go check out Maroon. If you go, report back, let us know, and let us know what dishes you enjoyed.
It's on the agenda, yes.
And, okay, a new place I haven't heard of, Granella Bakery, has opened. It's on Warm Springs in Decatur. It's apparently a sister restaurant or bakery to Granello.
Yeah, which has been around a long time.
1966. Yeah. And they're the wholesaler that provides baked goods to the casinos and hotels all around.
They go way back, yes.
But yeah, so if you're in need of baked goods on the opposite side of town from the Daily Bread, that is might be your place. And I guess the fun fact about this is apparently it's opened by the local baker, the Granello side, and then a local social media influencer with a lot of followers. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what it'll result in. But
we'll see. Yeah.
And I would tell people what breads and baked goods they're offering, but they haven't updated their website, even though they're open. So
it's Granella Bakery, Warm Springs, and Decatur. Okay.
Yes.
That's way south. Yeah, that's way down there.
Yeah. Red Rock is going local. They kind of doubled down by bringing Hearthstone back.
Wait. We'll get to Hearthstone later in the show.
The one at Red Rock?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Randy's Donuts, which is local adjacent because it's the SoCal.
Yeah.
But now they're doubling down on it and adding Good Pie on May 11th is the opening day, grand opening ceremony.
Vincent Rotolo is trying to conquer the world here. Okay?
He really is.
Okay.
One slice at a time. But be there 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on opening day, May 11th. There's going to be lines, and the first 3 guests win pizza for a year. I would be camped out now, but I don't want to bankrupt Vincent. He just can't afford to buy my pizza for a year.
Free pizza for a year. That's an interesting concept.
I mean, if you did Friday night pizza night, that's 52 pies.
Yeah, could you eat pizza? Well, yeah,
I could.
Yeah.
Easily.
I mean, the rational thing would be go once a week and get a pie. Yeah. But the irrational thing, and don't think people weren't thinking about it, would be to go like all the time.
Well,
picking
yeah,
up
because
pizzas.
one day I'm going to get a grandma pie. One day I'm going to get a Brooklyn slice. Another one I want
What
Detroit.
What if you're Mr. Small Business Owner and twice a week you want to get 6 pizzas for your office? I mean, where do you draw the line on free pizza for a year?
Yeah, there's got to be some fine print.
Because there's always going to be abuse.
But yeah, aside from the 3 first people in line getting free pizza for a year, there's going to be raffle giveaways, swag, gift cards. I think pizza parties for 10. And then eventually the hours in the Red Rock are 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and then 11 to 11 Friday and Saturday. And then on May 16th, Red Rock is opening With Love Always, the Smash Burger spot, which literally can go fuck itself.
What we really need is more smash burgers. The world is dying for them. Okay, please.
Please,
chefs, restaurateurs, more smash burgers, please. And tell us how life-changing yours is. Because we need more.
Yeah, I think a Martin's potato roll can only taste so different depending on how you prepare it. But look, part of my favorite thing about Stay Tuned Burgers is they do that smash burger, but you've got the dive bar ambiance. It's kind of gritty. It matches. But walking into a bright fluorescent lit up restaurant to get...
Yeah. Well, here's the attitude you have, which I respect. I respect your attitude about this, and because wait for it. You're like my wife. You jump to a conclusion it's going to be negative. It's going to be very positive. I think you look at burgers, smash burgers, and bar burgers, and a lot of foods the way, let's say, a true music aficionado, to use that word twice in one pod, looks at like an indie music. The kind of person that loves music and knows music and goes and searches out the indie bands and finds the people before they get super popular and, know their backstory and, know their hits, know lots of things about them and watch them and go, I was there first and I loved it. And I love that, or even a style of music you like. And then suddenly, boom, it hits and goes mainstream. And then you get all the copycats,
and Taylor Swift's doing
it, and watering down, and it's in commercials. Mm-hmm. And then you go, and even your favorite band at some point sells out and just and plays for the next 30 years the same 18 songs that they're known for or whatever, and you just go, I'm sorry, I just can't have the same level of adoration, for stuff once it gets popular and once everyone starts doing it. And that's what's happening to smash burgers.
Yeah, and part of the fun of this is like finding the off the beaten path band and paying a cheap amount to go watch it at a really cool venue.
This is really, really good.
And you're having a great time. But now that it gets mainstream, you're paying a fortune, you're in the cheap seats, and you're waiting in a ton of lines to get to it. Right. And the product is still the product. Yeah. It's not that much. It hasn't changed. If anything, it's gotten worse.
And you see some big-titted influencer with 200,000 followers going, let me tell you how life-changing this burger is to my, and you're like, thank you. She gets 9,000 likes. And it's like, okay, thank you, influencer,
That's probably a vegan at their core. They don't even eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish on a high note. Amador Cocina Fina is doing the happiest of hours, people. 5 courses for $45, Sunday through Thursday.
Have they opened?
What?
In the Newport?
No, Amador.
Amador. Oh.
Amador.
I'm thinking. So I'm getting
aroma.
My A. I'm thinking of aroma.
Your cocinas are getting
my cocinas are getting confused.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Amador Cocina Fina on Jones. They're doing 5 courses for $45 Sunday through Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. This is an incredible deal. You're kind of going through a shorter edition of his tasting menus. And as he said, you're going to get smoke, acid, fire, seafood, masa, broths, and things we probably shouldn't be doing for $45.
That's true because I've had some of his stuff. I mean, even the fresh fish, the crudo and stuff he's doing is top of the line stuff. So Amador, that's a deal.
$45, 5 courses.
Less than $100 a couple for food, and then you can go nuts on booze.
Yep. And so reservations are recommended, guys. But I think that is a steal, and I would recommend it. Let's take a quick break and come back, and we're going to run through our restaurants, and then I can't wait for this pet peeve.
The pet peeve is...
Yeah. All right, we'll be back.
The politically incorrect pet peeve.
Oh, no.
I'm the best.
Personal injury law has been the same for a long time.
The best.
Big egos, greed, and sleazy schemes. We've had enough. Welcome to Sam and Ash, the new standard for personal injury law, where things are done the right way, because you deserve a team that delivers real support and results. When you have both, your whole world can change. Sam and Ash Injury Law, because you deserve what's right.
Pop music. Pop music.
I don't even want to know what the gastronome's doing over there to the microphone.
He dances kind of the way I do.
Before we get into where you've been, I forgot to start this at the beginning. Thank you.
Mahalo. You say mahalo.
Mahalo.
Crazy shirts. Be original, be crazy.
Oh my gosh, I loved crazy shirts as a kid.
Yeah,
they had the coolest.
Well, we saw this, and of course,
Okay.
we need to fatten you up with some Hawaiian cookies.
Kakamochi chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Rocky could smell these a mile away.
Yeah.
He was eyeing them, but this is amazing.
This is what we need to see you in every day. Okay.
I should put this under my blazer.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, look at that. That was really kind of cute. you know, looked like we saw it, and I made a beeline and said, Ash.
Oh, yeah. It looks so good.
Spam. Spam,
I know.
spam.
You know, fun fact, I probably have not actually ever, truly eaten Spam, on its own. It's been in things.
I have a 50-year-old can of Spam in my kitchen. Literally from 1974.
It's probably still good.
It's still good. It's like this big. It's about the size of this little guy right here. And yeah. So
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
So let's go through Hawaii really quick before we go to Vegas. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time since obviously how many of you are going to Hawaii, but you should because it's only a 5.5 hour plane ride away, and had never been. And it's
I can't believe it.
And I tweeted this. I put this on Instagram too. Everybody told me, you're going to Hawaii? I mean, you're not going to like Hawaii, John. Nobody goes there for the food. There's no wine. There's no wine tours. There's no French bistros in the street. There's no Italian trattorias. There's no pasta on every corner. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to hate it. It's just a bunch of people in flip-flops.
Bunch of poke and
spam and musubi and some of that's true, but I loved it. I mean, I loved it because it's the anti-Las Vegas as far as a resort goes. And this is what I noticed there. I mean, people don't give this enough credit, but, there's no billboards in Hawaii.
Hey.
There's no billboards.
Hey, that's an attack.
I know. There's no
an attack.
Attack. Look at my wife worked and sold billboards for 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, she made a significant living selling billboards, so she knows all about the billboard game. And there's no billboards. There are the signage everywhere, whether you're in downtown Waikiki, the big tourist area, or just out on the roads, and we drive out on the roads some, is very muted. Everything has to be against the building or a very small sign, even the 7-Elevens and the McDonald's, everywhere. So there is no eye pollution at all.
Nice.
It's really nice. I mean, and we stayed right in Waikiki. We went to 3 different hotels in 9 days. We started at the Royal Hawaiian, which is the classic old pink hotel, gorgeous. I mean, people said, you're just going to be, wine. There's wine bars everywhere, but not everywhere. But you kind of get into the vibe. You start drinking beer. You start drinking Mai Tais, right?
Pina coladas.
And pina coladas, and they all have nice beaches. And the Royal Hawaiian, if you want an old school vibe that has worn very well, it's right in the middle of the action, surrounded by foliage and high rises everywhere. There's a great old picture that shows it. At one point, 50 years ago, it was in the middle of nowhere, and now it's in a forest of high rises all around it. But it's held up very well. We had a nice time there. Then we went out of town for 3 nights at the Kahala, which is about 10 miles outside of Waikiki. And that's more of a resort. You go there and you just don't do anything. You know what I mean? You get massages, you sit on the beach, you drink Mai Tais and pina coladas. We hiked to the top of Diamond Head. Well, and I made it 90% of the way and I tapped out. The food gal, she made it the last 150 feet. I looked at the steps and I went, I said, I can't do
This
it.
is not how I go.
Yeah, I got 90% there, but plus I'm afraid of heights. Okay. I wouldn't like standing on this desk. And I got up. We were looking
did not
over.
know this.
Big time. I'm afraid of heights. So she was proud of me getting up as far as I did.
How do you do the poodle room?
Well, yeah, I kind of. If you've noticed me when I get around something, wherever it's, the window will be here, and you'll always see me. Even if it's a giant plate glass window, you'll always see me like 2 or 3 steps back of it. You know what I mean? I don't like looking over. Sometimes it comes and goes, but on top of Diamond Head, when you're looking over a cliff and it's 600 feet straight down, that gets my attention. Okay. And there was these things are happening over and over again, but I grabbed onto the rail and we had a fun time. But the Kahala was the second hotel, and they built it in 1964, but it's still a luxury hotel. I mean, it's to me it reminded me of what had somebody kept the Desert Inn or the Sands Hotel and kept renovating them and making them, keeping sort of the bones, but updating them constantly with more modern things and more amenities and whatnot. That's what the Kahala is, and it's still very luxurious. We ate at Alan Wong's, who's kind of the Hawaiian Wolfgang Puck. He's reopened a restaurant there. Fabulous Hawaiian fusion food, Pan-Pacific food. Just wonderful, wonderful meal we had there. And then just hung out there and did practically nothing for 3 days. Then went back to the Kulani, which is sort of the classiest, the most elegant hotel in Waikiki, and spent a couple nights there and just had a ball. I mean, the room at the Kahala was beyond belief. I mean, it was a huge room. The one here was smaller, but we looked right out on the Diamond Head onto the beach.
A beautiful view.
Did I show you that beach on my social medias? I should have. There was a full moon one night coming down onto Waikiki Beach, and it was like something out of a dream. So just love the hotels. But I want to say that my biggest tip to anybody going to Hawaii is you need to make best friends with Sean Morris, okay? The incurable epicure of Hawaii. He's a great guy. He comes to Vegas a fair amount. He's kind of a PR guy and a food writer guy. He's Japanese American, and he does food writings and magazine writings for Japanese American Japanese tourists who come to Honolulu because he's fluent in Japanese, and he is well known in Japan as being like Mr. Hawaii as far as the gourmet guide to Hawaii. But he is just a great guy, and he lined us up with these restaurants, gave us all kinds of advice, met us at several places, showed us what he thinks of as the best burger in Hawaii at a place called Carl's OG3 Burger, sent us to a place called Sushi Gyoshin, which is a tiny sushi bar. We have small sushi bars like Kabuto and Yui. Think of one of them shrunk by 2/3. Okay, I mean it was like just the length of this table, 7 seats, and a sushi chef. And Goyish, it was such a small sushi bar. You opened the door to get in from the street, and it hits the edge of the sushi bar, and you have to kind of come in.
Yeah.
And then there's just 7 seats, and the chef. Mind-blowing fish. I mean, just a lot of it comes in from Japan, but a lot of it's local waters. A lot of traditional stuff, but then he did stuff with some fatty fish where he flamed the fat on the fish and did different rices with different vinegars. I mean, just an astounding sushi experience, which I expected. And I asked Sean going in, I said, point me to your favorite sushi bar. And he said, Sushi Gyoshin. Again, folks, anybody who's really interested, go to my socials. I tweeted out just about every meal I had or put it on Instagram, and you can see it there. I'll end up writing an article about this at some point. So Alan Wong, Sushi Gyoshin, and then finally ended up at a place called Mugen, which is Japanese for infinity, which is kind of the sophisticated, I would say kind of a... like a Sparrow and Wolf kind of restaurant, gastropubby restaurant there. Maybe a little more subdued. It's a funny place because it only seats like 30 people. But I was talking about one of my friends, and he said he'd been there. He said, "Isn't it funny? There'll be a guy in a coat and tie and a lady in elegant dress, and then right next to him is a guy in a t-shirt and flip flops."
Which is the local and which is the tourist?
Yeah.
Or both?
Yeah, it could be both. Could be both. One guy's coming from, and that's the kind of restaurant it is. But the food was very elegant and very sophisticated stuff. at Mugen. So, and then we Sean took us out to the neighborhoods one day to what he considers the best Vietnamese place in town, kind of a modern Vietnamese place. I think what I tweeted out is it's just, you can kind of tell when you're in a different city than Las Vegas because the chefs are taking a little more risks. Here, so many restaurants seem to follow the catechism of what they think the customers want, whether it's Vietnamese food or Italian food. And this one, Chow is the name, CHAO. You could tell it had the pho, and it had various noodle dishes that are very common to Vietnamese cooking. But then he also was just tweaking it with different Asian spices and pickling vegetables in different ways that you just don't see here. And so I just had a fabulous time. I ate extremely well thanks to Sean Morris. And look up Incurable Epicure, follow him, and if you ever befriend this guy, befriend this guy if you're ever going to Honolulu, or at least follow him because he will always point you in the right direction.
Incurable
Epicure, yeah, and he comes to Vegas quite a bit, and great guy, nice wife. He found out. He told me, put me onto a wine bar, and we had a fabulous time, a little wine bar.
Wow.
Drank some nice French wine in the middle of Waikiki Beach. It was really something.
So
that's that. Just ripping through a couple other things. Old Manny's went back again because you told me I had to.
Told you, don't give up on them.
And I didn't. We had just great tacos.
See?
That Gubernador tacos.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. And then, but the ones that blow me away are the octopus chicharrone. The deep fried octopus bits. I think that's the best thing on the menu. But the Gubernador tacos are fantastic too, and it's gotten better. That was my third or fourth time here, and it was like the food gal had never been before, and she was very impressed. But I wonder, every time I've been, it's kind of busy at lunch, but not that busy at lunch, and I wish it was busier. So I love Old Manny's Tacos downtown. Sure. Maybe, but they're doing a great job there. Just ripping through a couple things. First meal off the boat when we got back. Craving pancakes. Oh, pancakes are a huge thing. I told you this before we went on air. Well, earlier on, breakfast is such a big deal there, and pancakes are a huge deal. Oh. And the pink coconut pancakes at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel are not to be missed.
Are they good?
Oh, they're just beyond belief good. They're pancakes, but they're kind of like a coconut cake too. They're just. I
thought it was just kind of a gimmick.
They're
really,
pink. No, they're really good. They're really
okay.
good, and they just have the right amount of coconut. And then I had at the Halekulani, I had to do at least one traditional Hawaiian food because I'm pretty contemptuous of musubi and spam. So, but I did get the loco moco.
I saw that
at the Halekulani, and it was great. If you want to talk about a belly bomb,
it sounds like one.
It's rice and a big hamburger patty and a mushroom gravy.
And an egg? Is there a giant egg?
An egg on top.
Yeah.
And Halekulani is a really top shelf resort, so I knew they'd do a good job, and it was really good. Okay. I enjoyed there. So, so all that said, we come back, and I'm craving pancakes. I don't know why. The next day, so we go to Dupar's and had a patty melt, which was okay, but just mid. And then I had the pancakes, and I like them, but I don't love them. They don't hold a candle to Hawaiian pancakes.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
See,
she's not going to.
He wants the pink pancake.
I want my pink pancakes. I do.
Dupar's pancakes. That is a hill I will die on.
Well, the food gal thinks that the maple syrup is fake. I don't know whether it is.
Oh, I see. That's the thing. I don't use syrup.
Yeah. So
I have no sweet tooth.
She looks down her nose.
Bring your own. I don't think they would frown upon. Bring your own syrup.
They are good pancakes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bash Dupar's. They were good, and they're busy, and I like the fact that they're there.
You didn't get the Monte Cristo?
I didn't see it on the menu. I thought that was there, so I got the patty melt instead, and it was decent. It wasn't great, but it was okay. So Dupar's, then went to Lutai 2.
Love Lutai 2.
Because sometimes we were a little jet lagged, and you need that heavy spice.
Yep,
So we get
spike.
My wife loves the curries at Lutai 2. I get the pork jerky, and then we got some pork fried rice that was
it's so
incredible.
Good.
Incredible.
It'll feed me for a week.
Yes, exactly. We got 3 meals out of the pork fried rice. I then went and had went with my Chinatown boys. We decided to go off the reservation and go to Ilia Authentic Greek. as great as ever. Oh, all of us have been there forever. Savas is there, open for lunch. I mean, from the fried zucchini chips to the meatballs to the souvlaki to the galatoburdico, to the orange cake at the end. I mean, everything they do at Elia is the best Greek restaurant in town. I mean, if you haven't been and you like Greek food, but it's, as they say, it's an authentic Greek taverna. It's not just some stupid, that cheap-ass shaved gyro meat that you get in those stupid gyro sandwiches you get in every damn food court in America. This is the real deal, like real lamb meat and real beef, and I just love Elia. And then, just to end on a down note,
Let's do it.
I have a new candidate for the worst meal of the year.
Say it ain't so.
Drum roll, please. Hearthstone at Red Rock.
What?
What a disaster. I mean, I knew better, but I was hoping against hope, because I used to like the old Hearthstone. Didn't love it, but this is obviously just kind of some money deal to throw slapdash some restaurant in there with a something for everyone menu. Oh my God. No. Where do I begin? Okay, the cocktail sauce that was just basically ketchup. I mean, the pizza that was just kind of it could have been a piece of frozen flatbread. The fried chicken bucket, which they advertise as good, is dry, stringy, burnt. I mean, a frickin' disaster.
Oof.
I mean,
what day did you go?
It was what day did I go? It was, I don't know. It was like Saturday night, or I think it was Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night. Okay. And if the fried chicken, which if the burnt fried chicken wasn't bad enough, there you go, folks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I went on to check the reviews, and the reviews have dropped significantly since the reopening. One person said the fried chicken was honestly terrible, chewy, and somehow rock hard at the same time, like it had been overcooked and sitting out way too long, completely inedible.
Thank you, anonymous reviewer diner. Okay, we agree. And on top of everything else, the biscuits,
Ew.
stale.
Ew.
Stale, like they've been sitting under a heat lamp for too long. They've been old, then sat under a heat lamp. Then they tried to microwave them back into softness, and then they left them under the heat lamp again too long. I mean, there is, and as you say, and then the coleslaw was straight from a grocery store with almost no flavor. It was just. It was awful. I'm not done yet. Yes, and there was one good thing. I want to give. Yes, the caramelized cauliflower wasn't half bad. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. The shrimp cocktail, the sauce was just embarrassingly awful on that. Then they do one thing though, that's a deal, and it wasn't half bad, and it was the prime rib, a slab of prime rib. That's $41, which is kind of 1998 pricing. Okay,
yeah,
$41, and it wasn't half bad. The trouble was the horseradish sauce was basically just mayonnaise.
Ew.
Are you sensing a theme here? Okay, this is a mid-level restaurant trying to do something for everybody for a bunch of lame-ass Summerlin people who don't know or care if it's any good or not. And you have been warned.
And producer Sammy is so grossed out.
Yeah.
She's just shaking her head, appalled.
Yeah. So if you like that, I mean, it was a decent slab of prime rib, and it was priced.
So bring your own horseradish.
Bring your own horseradish. Order that. Take it home. Make some steak sandwiches, and you can rave about Hearthstone. But it was. The other thing. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. My buddy Greg, who's no stranger to wine or wineless, finds a really nice sparkling wine, sort of a $60, $70 sparkling wine on the list. He says, we have that. After about a 10, 15-minute wait, somebody comes back. We don't have it.
The worst.
Okay. And then the sommelier comes over to be helpful and then tries to talk him into, wait for it, a $180 bottle of wine.
Over double.
Over a $70 bottle of wine. Okay. I mean, inexcusable. You lame-ass Summerlin lamers, you're going to go for this place, but you deserve what you get.
I love
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. So,
Okay. Well, that was great.
Okay.
Okay, so I went back to Petite Bohème, the bar behind Bar Bohème on Main Street, to check out the In Limbo Burger pop-up. We talked about it recently on the Amuse Bouche newsletter. They've added hot dogs, so I had to go check one out. So now they've got 3 burgers, 3 hot dogs, and 3 types of fries. And
so they're turning Petite Bohème into a restaurant?
no, it's only 2 nights a week.
Okay.
It's on Monday and Tuesday when the Bar Bohème restaurant is not open. They let him use the kitchen. And they recently won Best Burger in the Vegas Foodie Wars. And you know what? I called it first, people.
Hey, yeah.
I think I did. I came out and I said, I think we've got a new best burger in town. And it was this guy, Steve, and he's doing some great stuff. Tried the hot dog, really cool, long. They like cut it in half. So just quality. I recommend checking it out. If you don't want to go to Petite Bohème and you're up in Summerlin, avoid Hearthstone and go to Durango Social Club because he's also there during the day.
Well, howdy doody. Okay.
And went to Zero Bond with some friends from the restaurant industry. And
Did you bring a wheelbarrow of money with you? Because
They
you,
did.
You need.
they did. So I did that, and everything is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's pricey.
Super high end, pricey. You know.
Americana country club food.
Yeah, right, but well done.
Very well done. Fun wine list. We had a lot of great wines. The service is just really great too. So
Jeff Benkist is behind the wine there. You know,
Yeah.
Cat's.
Jeffrey Benkis,
Significant
yeah.
Jeffrey Benkist. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Other Mama went up there one night to go watch the Vegas Golden Knights game and have some bites. And I was a little nervous. I hadn't been there in a while, hadn't heard anyone talk about it. And when I walk in at like 6:30, it was a little dead. But by the time I left at probably 8, it was full house on both sides. And all the food was top notch, really great.
I'm glad you went because I've been meaning to get back there forever. And
Yeah.
I mean, Other Mama has been so good for so long, you kind of forget it's there sometimes.
Exactly. Viking Mike's Alpine Yurt Bar, went over there to show a friend from out of town the scene of what a yurt looks like in Las Vegas. We sat at the Circle Bar, which you've got to do the first time.
Did you walk in saying you're not going to believe this place?
You know, I didn't say that. You know, I missed opportunity.
It was there. The joke was writing itself. I know it's a bad pun. By the way, is there such a thing as a good pun?
No.
No. All puns
All
are
puns
awful.
are stupid.
All puns
You
are
shake your
stupid.
head and just roll your eyes
And
every time.
the worse the pun is, the better it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So went there, really fun. We had great cocktails. What they do with their pickle, we did the pickle sampler with their fresh brined pickle. It's really just special stuff. And then Jared came over and asked if I had ordered the burger, and I was like, no. And he goes, it's off menu. And I said, well, that would explain why I didn't order it. But it's a sausage burger that they're making with
they're in love with their sausages there.
yeah, so they're taking the trimmings and things that don't make it into the sausages, and they have a limited number that they will make into fresh patties, and then they'll put it in the potato bun.
Nice.
With some grilled onions and spicy mustard. And I got to tell you, it's good. And it's unlike anything else in town.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
what you got to like about Viking Mike's. There's so much cookie cutter food in this town, and
Yes.
Viking Mike's is one of a kind.
And the people next to us, they had the sausage tower, which was fun to watch. So I really like what they're doing. And the drinks, always incredible. Then went to Cipriani. We ordered everything that you don't typically order, John.
I ordered the whole menu there.
No, I know. It was really a great time.
What'd you get?
We did the Diavola pizza.
Yeah.
We did the gnocchi.
Gnocchi's just great. You love the gnocchi. Do you like it with the tomato sauce or the gorgonzola sauce?
Well, so fun fact, this time it was like quattro formaggi gorgonzola.
Nice.
And we did not like it as much as the gorgonzola.
Did you register your objection?
Yeah, we did. We made it known that we prefer the gorgonzola. I think I don't remember having the red sauce version here, but I had it when I was in New York, and that was really good. That's really nice, especially in like summer, hotter months.
Yeah,
it's tough to stomach a gorgonzola cream sauce over a potato dumpling.
When it's 109 outside. Yeah.
That was really fun. Then Chef Trees dropped off a croissant one day during the week at the office here in the Arts District. A buttered delivery. And they had been working apparently for weeks perfecting their croissant. And said they thought it was finally worthy of bringing over. And I told him right out of the gate, I don't care how good it is. I'm not doing another croissant crawl. I still am processing all of that butter.
We have had enough croissant
for a lifetime. But I started eating it, and honestly, I couldn't stop. I had to finish the whole thing.
Good.
So then he told me they did a preview of their brunch that's starting on Mother's Day. Went and did that, and everything is going to be a home run.
All right.
It's very good. It's high-end French brunch.
Good.
And you will not leave hungry.
Okay, and then Brasseria by Ito again. A return visit.
Sat at the bar, talked to Joe Mikulich, who we did an episode a few weeks back with when they were opening, and really just a great experience. We had cocktails, we had some wines, everything's reasonable. They've got a happy hour. I will bring a menu and we'll share it, but their happy hour is incredible. And guess what I did?
What?
The burger.
God.
I know. Well, actually,
my wonders never cease.
I ordered the burger, and then one of the people I was with ordered the steak, and we did halvesies, and the steak was really great also. And I'm trying to think of what the risotto.
Yeah.
Golden tartare slaps.
That golden tartare,
slaps.
that beef tartare. Just to circle back a minute for I ordered a beef tartare at that Mugen, which is that tiny jewel box restaurant on Waikiki. And it reminded me, of when chefs, a good chef works with beets, they can make beets sing in ways that make even beet lovers like me love them.
Yeah. No, I think that I didn't like
beet
beets.
haters. Yeah. When I say lovers, hate them.
I didn't used to like beets, and then when I found people that could actually work with
knows
them.
how to cook them and knows how to, they know how to give them a little bright acid in there and season them just right. And you go, well, this is good, and I love the beets. What they call golden tartare.
It's the golden tartare. And then we also had the escargot, and those were delightful. All in all, I think that's just a superb addition to our off-strip restaurants.
Let's go to listener comments, and we'll end with my pet peeve, because I'm going to offend a lot of people. So I want to get the good stuff in before I start offending people.
All right, so we've got an email from Tony. Loves the newsletter. Always
Yay,
a treat.
Sammy.
Yes, always a treat getting it in my email on Wednesday. Keep it up. Love the show, and have a couple questions for the Galloping Gas Bag Gastronome. I'm too young to have experienced classic Vegas 60s, 70s, even 80s, but I'm obsessed with it, especially the Desert Inn. It seemed like the coolest and classiest place in town back then. My question for John is if he has any good memories about the DI, maybe the Monte Carlo room. Also curious if John has ever rubbed elbows with any mob guys back in the day. Not just Oscar Goodman, but did you actually cross paths with any wise guys on your own?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. The latter question. First one, DI, yes. Chef Arnaud Briod, pulled that one right out of my head, was the chef at the Monte Carlo room. And it was the class of the Las Vegas Strip for about 10 years. Okay, it was a gorgeous French restaurant. Back when a 500-room hotel could still be considered a big hotel here.
Yeah.
But the DI was a beautiful hotel. I'm still sad they tore it down. I understand, the progress, that we needed the Venetian we needed the Wynn and then the Venetian. But it was a small. It was big by standards of the day, but it was tiny by the Vegas standards of now. But it was gorgeous, and I loved the Monte Carlo. They also had a very good Italian restaurant. They were side by side across the hall from each other, and it was known on the Strip. If you want a fine French meal, the Monte Carlo room was the bomb. Back then when Pamplemousse was actually good, Andres was competing with it. There was the Dome of the Sea. I mean, it was.
Did you ever eat at the Dome of the Sea
with the harpist? Going in a circle on a track around the restaurant.
I had a long conversation about the Dome of the Sea, and I had no idea it was real.
It was real. Did
it
and
smell like chlorine when you walked in there?
No, there was the tanks and everything. But I just remember the harpist, and you could get a a sole meuniere there, an actual with the butter and they take it off the bone and the butter sauce and everything, and that's where maybe that's where I even had my first one back in the 80s.
Wow!
So it was because they were known for flying in fresh fish, probably 20 years before FedEx and UPS started doing it on the regular here, and that's where you went for a really good fresh fish.
That was at the dunes, right?
Yeah, it was on the dunes. Yes, it was on the dunes.
Gosh.
And there's an old postcard of the Dome of the Sea, and it was, and they had the harpist. It was just it was a trip.
It looks kind of like the LAX.
With the dome across the top of it.
I forget what that's called.
In the airport. Yeah,
Yep.
the airport thing. So, and yes, Tony, there's another podcast called Adjourn for the Day. It's a Southern California criminal law podcast by my friend the Marcus Boys, who are both criminal lawyers in Southern California. Great podcast. Go back a few episodes. Joe and I met back in 1981 in Las Vegas when we both were working at the DA's office here. And he tells a long story in which I was part of having dinner with Tony Spilatro and watching him get really drunk at Bob Taylor's ranch house back in like 1982, 1983. And he interviewed me as part of that podcast, and we had a lot of fun reminiscing about the mob guys and seeing Herbie Blitzstein going into court and seeing the judges have extra security guards around because people were going to try to spring Tony Spilatro and from jail and everything. And but actually, I had dinner in the same room as Tony Spilatro, little tiny guy. I mean, I'm not a big guy, but he's shorter than me, but really thick. But he looked like the kind of guy that would just as soon shoot you as talk to you. Okay, so it was.
It's easier to shoot you than shake your hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I did cross paths with them. I also represented some cops who, one of my good friends is an ex-cop, now a detective in town, who got into that famous gunfight where I think they killed Herbie Blitzstein, I think it was. And so the early 80s, it was still the Wild West here in Las Vegas. And I was started as a DA, and then I ended up being a criminal attorney. And so I got to see a lot of that stuff up close and personal, especially the ant. So keep going.
On YouTube, how would you guys compare the service at Michael's to Joel Robuchon?
Good question.
It's a great question. I responded, I think they're both wildly attentive. There's definitely more people touching your table when you're at Joel Robuchon, but both accomplish the task of making you feel like you're the only table in the place.
Yeah. Yes. I think there's more moving parts at Joel Robuchon.
Yes.
Okay?
You've got the bread guy, you've got the cheese guy, you've got the little sweet treats at the end guy, and
so I would say it's both intensive care service, but it's a little more highfalutin at Joel Robuchon. But taking nothing against Michael's, because my service there is great, but they don't have as much to do, and it's more of a standard menu, and there's not as much going on with the plates, the mignardises, the bread carts, the cheese carts, the dessert carts. So I would grade them both A+, but in different ways.
Yeah, exactly.
One's more classic, old school, and Joel Robuchon, even though it's a 20-year-old restaurant, is definitely a new school haute cuisine restaurant. Whereas the great service of Michael's harkens back to the 1980s and 90s. Mm-hmm. So that's how I'd put it. Yes, secreto pork is a cut of pork. I think they call it pluma pork too.
So in response to that comment, I fell on my sword for being ill prepared for your menu interrogation of me when I went to Joel Robuchon. And I said we did have the pork iberique pluma cut. Yeah. And it's kind of like the filet mignon of pork, and it's really tender and yummy. But I felt so bad after that episode. I reached out to Sean over at Joel Robuchon and asked him for copies of the menu.
Yeah.
You guilted me. You were like, how dare you not take notes? How dare you not get a photo of the menu?
I thought I raised her better than this.
And I was like, I took a few pictures, but I was trying to just live in the moment, you know? And
well, I've been there a lot. And generally, they hand you a menu on your way out the door.
I think Mr. Hollywood took that because they signed it for his birthday. I think,
that's where it went.
I think that's where it went.
Okay, all is forgiven. Okay, best dinner ever in Vegas from FB. Joe Robuchon or Twist.
Well, no. The question on Facebook was best dinner ever in Vegas. My answer is somewhere in between E by Jose Andres, Joel Robuchon, and then Twist by Pierre Gagne, which R.I.P.
Well, I would say those are definitely top three.
Yeah.
I've said this before on other platforms. I did have a dinner back in 2010 with at Guy Savoy with Guy Savoy himself in the kitchen, personally serving us a chicken cooked in a giant bladder. A bladder. A 6 or 7 pound wild turbo. He's both cooking, saucing, and serving us. A Michelin 3-star chef.
Pick a dinner that someone else can go get or could have just been ordered.
And I was with Alan Richmond, who was the restaurant critic for the GQ, and Barbara Fairchild of Bon Appetit magazine at the time. It was quite a table, and we got nothing against those other restaurants, because Twist gave me some of the...
That's not a dinner experience anyone could have had.
It was my dinner experience.
So fucking pick one that, pick a place where you went for a regular dinner.
Well, I would always have to say, I would say Joel Robuchon or Guy Savoy.
Okay.
And people would say, what's the better one? I always say Guy Savoy is a little more fun, a little more relaxed. It's kind of a cathedral room, whereas we've talked about the Robuchon room is like a jewel box. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I always think the atmosphere is a little more relaxed, a little more convivial at Savoy. The food is as close as one is to two. I think there's probably more gewgaws and bells and whistles at Robuchon. It's a little more streamlined at Savoy. It doesn't mean any less good, but I think they just gild the lily at Robuchon more than any restaurant in America.
Yeah. After my venture to E and then Robuchon, they told me I have to go to Guy Savoy now and finally declare a winner between the two.
Yeah, it's tough to do.
Because you refused to, because they were like, John refuses to do it.
If I didn't, I know Guy Savoy personally. I know all the people at Robuchon. I knew him too, so I tried. It's like my kids. I'm not going to say which one I love them better.
Okay, let's get to your pet peeve. Well, let me go to mine. My pet peeve was what I mentioned earlier. Look, if you're opening a restaurant in 2026 and you're going to the lengths of having a website, update it when you open with your products and goods. Be on top of that. In modern day times, please update your website, and especially if you're linking to it on social platforms, to where all the legitimate substance of your place is supposed to be, like the about me. Let's learn more about this place and let's see what you're doing. Let me see your menu. I don't know. So that's my pet peeve. If you're opening a restaurant or you're going to claim to have a website, keep it up to date.
That's a minor pet peeve, but a legitimate one.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, mine. I've got to make sure I blank out this person's face because I don't want to.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You know what it's time for, folks?
Oh, God.
You've heard of body positivity, the movement.
Oh, no.
It's time for body negativity to make a comeback. Okay. I'm sorry, people who are either have a weight issue or feel a need to display different parts of their body with all of the rolls and fat extruding out of the spandex like an overstuffed
more
sausage.
Rolls than the Joel Robuchon cart.
Yeah, when I'm not going to put this too close to the camera here, but people could zoom in, right? When someone sits down to me with, like you say, ginormous breasts.
Let me see this.
Hanging down. This isn't even a good picture, okay? And then proceeds to be sitting there taking selfies of herself over and over again. And it's
She's holding a boob.
It's literally like there's a contest going on between the belly and the breasts to see who's going to win for the most extrusion from the body, okay? And almost no clothes on, and sitting there taking selfies over and over again. When did we decide that no matter what you look like, that the world wants to look at your body, okay? Because guess what? We don't. I don't. We don't. And it's not just a matter of, I mean, watching women do this, it'd be like me walking in a mesh tank top and a pair of Speedos, okay? Now,
I've seen you do it.
Don't you want to see that? No, you don't want to see a fat white guy walk in like that. And it has nothing. Yes, it has everything to do with body shaming. Okay, because we don't want to look at your body. Your right to look like shit ends where my eye line begins. Okay.
I think it's also like time, place, and manner. Like at a pool, your eyesight, like your eye line begins and ends in bikini zones. But this is a bikini in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I think we need to go back to the no shirt, no shoes, no service rule, where even women, you've got to have your midsection covered.
I mean, and these things were literally, the size of fleshy, droopy, pendulous watermelons, and they were falling out of this tiny piece of spandex. And I'm trying to eat, my Thai curry going, and she's nonstop taking selfies of herself. Okay.
Well, duh.
Yeah. I mean, no, stop it. I mean, the body negativity and body shaming needs to return. And I'm sorry, and you can hate me all you want, but I know enough to cover up my fat with this because nobody wants to look at it.
But I bet it's time, place, and manner. I don't. You don't have to like shame people for being fat. Like let them be fat and let them be slobs. But when they're in a restaurant,
yeah, that's my point.
That's
my
really
point.
like get dressed. It's airlines.
No.
We're getting. Forcing women to put sweatshirts and T-shirts over, like walking on in a sports bra. And that's basically what this person did. They walked into a restaurant in a sports bra and leggings, and everything else is out. And yes,
in is an interesting term of art because it's more like exploding out of.
It's like a sausage casing of sorts. And the casing was losing.
And it caused I'm sorry, it caused you to lose your appetite. But I'm in Hawaii. I'm hanging out at the pool and the beach. Interestingly, yes, there's a lot of Asian tourists and they're smaller people by nature, but you didn't see a lot of you see more really obese people in 10 minutes on the Las Vegas Strip than I saw in 9 days in Honolulu. You see it once in a while, but even they're big people at the pool, and that's what you're there for. Yeah, strip down, lay out, do that, but not in restaurants. End of rant.
I'll agree. I'll agree. I think that's where we got to end it.
Okay, that's okay. Good. I kind of kept it buttoned up. I wasn't as nasty as I thought I would. All right, good night, Canada. Bon appetit, mes amis.